Hello everybody and welcome back to the channel. I'm coming back at you with some more Pasquality content. Yes, Pasquality content. Get it? Because it's like quality content and my last name is Pasquale and I just put it together in Pasquality content. I've been trying to say that phrase for months now in my videos and I kept forgetting, and now that I finally said it, I realize it's not as good as I thought. But anyway, The Mandalorian. Season 2, Episode 1, The Marshal, is finally on Disney+. It just came out yesterday, and today I'm going to review it. This video is going to be broken up into 3 parts. The first part is going to be a non-spoiler review, then I'm going to do a spoiler review, and then I'm going to give my predictions for the rest of the season. So if you just want to go straight to the spoiler review, I'm going to put the timestamp for that right here. Anyway though, let's get into it. Okay, so like I said, I'm going to start off by giving my non-spoiler review. So this episode, if you can only describe it using one word, I would say Western. Like, the whole series, it's I guess the genre is called Space Western, and this one takes that and runs with it. Like, this is basically just a Western that takes place in the Star Wars universe. I'll explain more what I mean by that when I get into my spoiler review, but for now, just know that if you're wanting to watch this episode and you're not sure if you're gonna like it, just know if you like Westerns, you're going to love this episode, because, like I said, it is a Western. It's the cowboy goes to a small town and saves the town, pretty much. The only episode that I think comes close to the westernness of this episode is, I think it might be the season 1 episode, Sanctuary. That's, I think, the only one that comes close to the westernness of this. So, not spoiler review, I would describe it as a western, so if you like westerns, you're going to love this episode. Alright, now let's get into some spoilers. So, obviously, it starts with the really epic scene that was in all the trailers, where there's, the battle ring, and then you see the guy that Mando was trying to get information from turns on him, and then he uses the whistling birds to kill everybody, and he takes everybody out. That was crazy. That was amazing. That was an epic scene. And you have Baby Yoda close his capsule. It's such a great opening to the episode and to the season. And then we find out we're going back to Tatooine, where we get to see Peli Motto again, which, that is so cool. She was in the season 1 episode, The Gunslinger, which I put last on my ranking, and even though it was last, like I said in the ranking, I love that episode still, and she is a really amazing character. I love how she gets annoyed with the droid that's gonna show them the map, that it's like going too slow. That is really an hilarious moment. And then Boba Fett. So you see somebody wearing Boba Fett's armor, and you assume it's Boba Fett, and then he sits down, takes off his helmet, and Danny Cordray from The Office? Okay, his actual character's name is Cobb Vanth, but I'm gonna call him Danny Cordray for the rest of the video, because that's who I know him as. So at this point, you're like, oh man, I guess it is kind of too early in the season to see Boba Fett, but I thought we were gonna see Boba Fett in the first episode. That would have been so cool, but, you're like, I guess we're gonna have to wait for a few more episodes, and then the final shot of the episode, Boba Fett. He's still alive, which is probably a surprise to most people, because if, most people watching it probably just saw the movies, and if you just see the movies, Boba Fett died in Return of the Jedi, so how could he still be alive? Of course, if you've read, I guess, it's been in some Legends comics or whatever, so, I don't know if those are canon anymore, because you never know what Disney has done, what's canon, what's not, but Boba Fett's alive. He somehow survived the Sarlacc pit, and he's alive, which, that is awesome. That was a surprise. It wasn't a surprise that he was alive for me, since I already knew that, but it was a surprise that they would actually do that. that they'd actually show him in this episode, because I figured it was too early in the season for them to do that. But man, they went for it. The final shot, Boba Fett. That is amazing. That is epic. That got me excited for the rest of the season. Anyway, though, I'm going to go back and talk about what I said in the non-spoiler review portion of the video, that this is very much a Western. And the reason I say that is because if you replace Mando with a cowboy, Danny Cordray with a sheriff, the Tusken Raiders as Native Americans, and the Krayt Dragon as some sort of wild, vicious animal attacking the town, it's basically a classic Western from like the 50s or 60s. And I think where the season 1 episodes had some Western elements to them, I think this one is the first one that goes completely Western with it. Like, I mean, really, like I said, it's the, cowboy goes to the town and teams up with the sheriff, and then they team up with the Native American tribe to beat the, whatever the vicious animal that's attacking the town is. It's a classic Western story. So yeah, it is a Western by every single account. I mean, they have Danny Cordray and Mando almost have a duel. they have like, the town's not big enough for the two of us kind of thing. I mean, that's not what they say, but it's pretty much that sentiment.
So, I figure only one of us walking out of here.
He calls him partner, and they say, oh, we haven't seen many of those in these parts. Like, that's so Western. That is so Western, and that's what's so cool about this. It's a space Western. Now, I want to give my predictions for the rest of the season. So my prediction is next episode, Mando, thinking that the Mandalorian he was looking for is dead, is going to try to leave the planet, but then he's going to get shot down by Boba Fett. Then he and Boba Fett are going to go on some sort of mission together. At some point, Boba Fett's going to tell him how a Jedi killed his father. And then once Boba Fett finds out that Baby Yoda is a Jedi, he's going to try to kill Baby Yoda because he resents the Jedi. And then Mando's going to have to kill Boba Fett. And now, since Mando needs to search for another Mandalorian, he's going to leave Tatooine. I think he'll go wherever Cara Dune and Grief Karga are here. And while he's there, he'll find out something that'll lead him to Sabine, who will lead him to Ahsoka Tano. Also, I'm guessing that Moff Gideon's going to come back as a threat in episode 3. And the final episode's going to be an epic lightsaber duel between Moff Gideon with the Darksaber and Ahsoka Tano. And the final shot of season 2 is going to be Thrawn. Which is actually a prediction that Super Carlin Brothers made, which I'm going to link to that up there or below or somewhere, because I like that theory, and I think it's going to happen too. So, yeah, Thrawn is coming, and he'll be the villain of Season 3. So anyway, that is my very quick review of The Mandalorian Season 2, Episode 1, The Marshal. There's probably a lot of stuff that I missed or could have talked about, but didn't, because I wanted to keep this as short and get it out as quick as possible. But anyway, please comment below your thoughts on The Mandalorian Season 2, Episode 1, The Marshal. Obviously, I think that it was amazing, and I'm so excited for Season 2. Also, what are your thoughts on Boba Fett being back? I'm also very excited about that too. And, one final thing, please remember to like, subscribe, check out some of my other videos, and with that said, that's a wrap.